Welcome back to your daily news update. We've got some major stories for you today, from historic moments in the fight against nuclear weapons to major business restructuring. Let's get started. Nihon Hidankyo wins Nobel Peace Prize. In a powerful recognition of the fight against nuclear weapons, Nihon Hidankyo, an atomic bomb survivors group from Hiroshima and Nagasaki, was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. This marks the first time in 50 years that a Japanese recipient has been honored with this prestigious award. Jørgen Vatne Fridnes, chair of the Norwegian Nobel Committee, stated that the organization was awarded for demonstrating, through witness testimony, the need for a world free of nuclear weapons. With the 80th anniversary of the atomic bombings approaching next year, this award is seen as a reminder of the dangers posed by nuclear weapons. Fridnes highlighted alarming trends, including the modernization of arsenals by nuclear powers like Russia and North Korea. The doomsday clock, which measures the risk of global catastrophe, is currently at 90 seconds to midnight, closer than ever before. Toshuki Mimaki, a senior member of Nihon Hidankyo, was brought to tears by the announcement and vowed to continue advocating for the abolition of nuclear weapons. With many survivors now in their 80s, preserving their message for future generations has become more urgent than ever. Boeing to cut 17,000 jobs amid financial struggles. In a significant shakeup, Boeing's new CEO, Kelly Ortberg, announced that the company will be cutting 10% of its workforce, equating to about 17,000 jobs. This move comes as Boeing struggles to regain profitability and improve its production delays. Ortberg emphasized that tough decisions are necessary for Boeing to remain competitive and return to financial stability. Boeing is also dealing with a costly strike by its largest union, which has further hindered production. The company anticipates $5 billion in additional costs tied to commercial and defense programs. To mitigate these financial challenges, Boeing is restructuring its product lineup and delaying the delivery of its 7th SAN-X aircraft to 2026, a full year later than planned. This downsizing comes at a time when Boeing's credit rating could be downgraded to junk status, further exacerbating its financial woes. The cuts will affect all levels of the company, from executives to production workers. SpaceX clears FAA hurdles for 5th Starship test launch. SpaceX has received clearance from the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, to move forward with the 5th uncrewed test flight of its Starship rocket. This launch is highly anticipated, as Starship is the most powerful rocket system ever built. The goal of this mission is to test how SpaceX can recover and rapidly reuse its Super Heavy rocket booster and Starship spacecraft. After liftoff from the Starbase facility in Texas, the Super Heavy booster will attempt a daring mid-air recovery, while the Starship spacecraft will continue its journey before practicing a landing over the Indian Ocean. This is a key step towards SpaceX's long-term goal of reducing the cost of space missions and eventually sending humans to Mars. The FAA's approval followed delays due to compliance issues related to Texas water laws, which SpaceX has since resolved. With everything cleared, the launch is scheduled for Sunday morning, and all eyes are on the skies to see if SpaceX can pull off another groundbreaking feat. Philadelphia hospital incident injures 4, including nurses. In a tragic incident at Penn Presbyterian Medical Center in Philadelphia, 4 people were injured after a driver dropped off a gunshot victim and then struck 3 nurses before fleeing the scene. The victim, a 28-year-old man, had been shot multiple times, and in the chaos, the driver, described as a man in his early 20s, drove into the nurses and the wounded man. The nurses, aged 36, 37, and 51, are currently receiving treatment, with one in critical condition. Police are still investigating the incident, including the shooting that led to the initial hospital visit. This incident has sparked outrage from both the hospital staff and local council members, emphasizing the daily toll of gun violence on communities and healthcare workers. Freight train looting on Chicago's West Side. Chicago police are investigating an organized looting spree on Union Pacific freight train tracks, where crowds descended on stalled train cars, stealing electronics and other goods. The thieves raided the parked train for hours, making off with items like TVs and air fryers, even as police arrived on the scene. The looting happened between Kinsey and Lake Streets, with video footage capturing the brazen acts of theft. Police were forced to wait for Union Pacific officers to respond, which delayed any significant law enforcement action. 4 people are currently in custody, but the full extent of the theft is still being determined. Local residents were stunned by the scale of the looting, with many questioning how such a large operation was carried out in plain sight of authorities. The incident has raised concerns about public safety and law enforcement preparedness. That wraps up today's news recap. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on the latest headlines. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.